I actually want to talk about something that many men find confusing. Yeah, why women often start falling in love after you've already let them go. And it's very common, happens, and that sounds strange, I know. And maybe you think walking away would push her away completely, right? But in many cases, it does the opposite actually. So let's discuss it today. So letting her go with peace, without pressure or drama, can actually be the moment, she starts feeling something deeper. And there is actually a reason for that. Most men, when they feel a woman pulling away, react from fear. They start, texting too much. They ask what happened. They send, like some long emotional messages hoping it will fix things. And they promise to change. They ask for one more chance. They beg sometimes. And not because they are weak, but because they care. And they just don't know what else to do. But then there is the man who doesn't do any of that. It's like he stays calm, he doesn't raise his voice, he doesn't try to guilt her, he doesn't try to make her stay. He simply says something like, I respect your decision. If you want to go, I won't stand in your way. And that hits totally different because that, calm reaction, especially when emotions are high, surprises her. It makes her pause because, it's not what most men do. It shows emotional strength, it shows maturity, and it makes her wonder, why isn't he chasing me? Doesn't he care? But deep down, she knows he does, and that's what makes it, powerful. You didn't walk away because you didn't care. You walked away because you value yourself too. And then comes the silence. At first, she might feel relief, like she's free, right? She's in control. But then a few days pass, a week, maybe 2 weeks, no messages, no like, oh, I miss you, no asking her friends about her. And it starts to feel strange. That attention she was actually so used to is suddenly gone. And instead of feeling strong, she starts to feel the emptiness, yes. And this is when the memories start coming back, and that little moments that seemed small at the time now feel important. The way you, I don't know, looked at her, the way you listened when she talked about her day, or maybe the way you supported her without asking for anything in return. And it all starts to feel different now that it's missing. She doesn't admit it right away, actually. Sometimes she doesn't even understand what's happening inside her. But here is the truth. She's starting to miss you, and not just your presence. She's actually missing your energy, your calm, your strength, the safety she felt with you. Okay, and here is the part that most men don't realize. Walking away with peace is not weakness. It's one of the strongest things you can do, guys, believe me, because it shows you're not trying to control her. You're not trying to manipulate the situation. You're not afraid of being alone. You're simply choosing self-respect over chasing someone who isn't sure about you. And when a woman sees that, when she sees that you can love her deeply but still let her go, that's when she starts seeing your true value. Not because you forced it, no, but because you showed her what real confidence looked like. Sometimes women don't fully see a man's worth until he's no longer around. When you were always available, always checking in, always there, it became part of her routine. She got used to it. But when you step away, she starts to notice how much space you were actually, holding in her life. And that space feels empty now. She may go out with friends, she may distract herself, of course, but eventually when those noise settles, she feels the difference. And it's not about missing attention, it's about realizing what kind of man you were, because you didn't stay and beg, you didn't try to prove anything, you simply let her go with dignity. And here is where it gets even deeper. Love isn't about possession. It's not about control. It's not about, hiding. It's not about holding someone so tightly they can't breathe. Real love says, if you're not happy here, I'm not going to force you to stay. I want you to choose me freely or not at all. And most people don't have the courage to love like that. But when a man does, when he gives a woman that kind of emotional, freedom, it touches something in her. She may not show it right away. She may not even move on for a while, but in her heart, she remembers how you handled it. She remembers that you loved her without trying to gauge her, that you didn't punish her with silence, you didn't try to make her feel guilty, you just let her go with grace. And you know that stays with her. That kind of love is rare. It's clean, it's honest, and it's strong. It's, that kind of love that once she had time that, to think about it makes her wonder if she walked away from something real. So if you're in that situation right now, if you let her go not out of pride but out of peace, know this. You may have walked away, but you did it with strength. You showed her the kind of love that doesn't beg, doesn't pressure, and doesn't fear being alone. And sometimes that's exactly the kind of man she ends up falling for.